Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Phenakism back with another video today. Today we are back on to me reacting to something, and what we are reacting to is Subnautica's original creators have been removed from unknown worlds effective immediately, as Krafton makes concerning leadership changes. What? Subnautica 2 is one of this year's most anticipated titles, with developer Unknown Worlds making or working hard to deliver upon the expectations fans have put on this title. It's been quite quiet when it comes to official updates, so with Subnautica 2 still expected to launch in early access at some point this year. But a new update from publisher Krafton now has a lot of fans concerned. Earlier today, Krafton issued a press conference announcing that Subnautica creators and Unknown Worlds co-founder Ted Gill, Charlie Cleveland, and Max McGuire or something have all been removed from the studio effective immediately. In their place, Striking Distance Studios CEO Steve Papoutis, who has a major role in the development of the Callisto protocol, has been appointed as Unknown Worlds CEO. Subnautica co-creators removed from Unknown Worlds effective immediately. Often announced game industry veteran Steve as new CEO of Unknown Worlds. New leadership to prioritize development momentum and delivering best possible fan experience for long-anticipated Subnautica 2 launch. Krafton Inc., the global video game holding company and publisher, today announced a leadership change at its creative studio, Unknown Worlds. Steve's gaming industry veteran I'm guessing it's supposed to be is a gaming industry veteran, has been appointed CEO of Unknown Worlds, where he will oversee the studio's overall management and creativity direction. Steve joins the company from Striking Distance Studio, where he currently serves as Chief Executive Officer, CEO. Steve replaces the previous leadership team, Ted Gill, Charlie Cleveland, and Max, whatever, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, effective immediately. While Krafton sought to keep the Unknown Worlds co-founders and original creators of Subnautica series involved in the game's development, the company wishes them well on their next endeavors. Importantly, Krafton is confident that I've lost where I was. I looked over. Is confident that Steve, with decades of experience behind the planning, development, and production of some of the highest rated game franchises, will be rewarded a renewed energy and momentum to deliver the long-anticipated Subnautica 2 experience to fans. Krafton, known for fan favorite games like PUBG and Enjoy, is listening to the fan base that has been anxiously awaiting the opportunity to continue their Subnautica adventures. This next chapter for Unknown Worlds is centered around a sustained commitment to an increase focus on delivering the game players expect. There is nothing more important than the game experience. Given the anticipated around Subnautica 2, we owe our players nothing less than the best possible game, as soon as possible, said CH Kim, Krafton's CEO. We are thrilled Steve is joining us in our shared commitment at Krafton and Unknown Worlds to deliver Subnautica 2 as a more complete and satisfying entry in the series. One that truly lives up to player expectation. As part of its oversight, Krafton is committed to achieving regular milestones to assess progress across its creative studios. These reviews, based on clearly defined metrics and targets, will help ensure that games meet both creativity and quality standards. This process is essential to delivering the right game at the right time. Unknown World's new leadership fully supports this process and is committed to meeting player expectations. Krafton puts players at the heart of every decision because they deserve the absolute best, Kim added. We understand how eager our community is to dive into the unknown underwater world of Subnautica 2, and we are working diligently to deliver an experience that meets those expectations while maintaining our unwavering commitment to quality and player experience. We deeply appreciate the patience and trust of our subnauts, and we are doing everything possible to ensure the final result is worth the wait. I am thrilled to be taking on this new role with the Krafton family, and to be working alongside the immensely talented team at Unknown Worlds. Player experience is our North Star, and the team is laser focused on delivering the best possible game for the Subnautica community. We appreciate Ted, Charlie, and Max for their past roles in having built this beloved world, and thank the fans for your decisions, devotion and patience, said Steve, new CEO of Unknown Worlds. Brother, what the hell? The game is supposed to be releasing this year and they throwing a spanner in the works just like that. What? What on earth? Krafton explains that Steve will now oversee the overall management and creativity decisions of Unknown Worlds, though it doesn't explain how much this will impact the development of Subnautica 2. Exactly. Because now with the completely new CEO, what are the chances that he ends up being like, oh, I don't like this, change it. Oh, I don't like this, change it. Oh, man. What the hell? Whoops, sorry, I just dropped something on my keyboard. And the impact of developer. It also explains that it sought to keep Gil, Cleveland, and Max involved in the game's development, but doesn't reveal exactly why the trio has left. The rest of the press release essentially talks about how Krafton values the fans and the work of Gil, Cleveland, and Max, and that the studio still plans to deliver a great game for Subnautica fans. Unfortunately, all the assurance in the world from Krafton won't be enough to put fans at ease at the moment, as many are concerned over the sudden change in leadership. On the Subnautica Discord, a lot of fans are worried about those at Unknown Worlds regarding crunch, which is understandable given the attitude towards the practice at striking distance. Unknown World's creativity media producer chimed in to explain that the devs are waiting to hear back from Krafton about the situation, so it sounds like they're just as confused as the rest of us. Hopefully the change in leadership was amicable and that Unknown Worlds won't be affected too badly. Bro, what the... Yeah, I'm scared. Same. Yeah, not anymore. Because with the leadership change, that's most likely not going to get released this year. Like... Well, it was one of the most highly anticipated games of the year for me, but now I am not at all optimistic. They've got a serious uphill battle if they think they're going to win over fans like me. Yeah, what the hell? So this post was 2 days ago. Published 2 days ago. This was published 16 hours ago. Nothing has changed with how the game is structured. Subnautica 2 developer defends its recent change in leadership. Unknown Worlds has shared a statement defending the studio's recent and controversial change in leadership, while noting that it won't change the game itself. Bullshit, it won't. Like, you've got a new person in there that makes all the decisions basically, and my word. For a while now, Subnautica 2 has been one of the most highly anticipated indie games of 2025. Pretty much every update Unknown Worlds has shared about the long-awaited sequel has been good, but that all changed a few days ago, when sudden change in the leadership was revealed. Explains this. Such a sudden change. Sorry. I read this in my head and not out loud. Subnautica 2 team explains the sudden change in leadership at Unknown Worlds. Such a sudden change in leadership has caused a lot of Subnautica fans to be concerned about the game's direction, with some fearing it would go heavy on microtransactions or battle passes. Unknown Worlds has released a statement in response that aims to ease some of those fears. The statement, which was shared on Unknown Worlds' official site, notes all the questions and concerns about the leadership change. To begin with, it notes that the core values of exploration and discovery are being upheld in Subnautica 2, and that the whole team is supporting Steve, who is supporting the vision of Subnautica 2. I don't know why I read that as version. Unknown Worlds also defends the change by saying that the team who was working on the game over the past few years is completely unchanged. Despite the 3 creators leaving, the developer says it's extremely proud of the story that it's crafting, and that Krafton feels strongly about supporting the vision. Our commitment to open development and crafting Subnautica 2 alongside our community during early access hasn't changed. We believe strongly in listening to your voices and have already received invaluable feedback from hundreds of community members who have participated in early playtests of the game, Unknown Worlds. The statement ends by responding to the worries that Subnautica 2 will be changed, and confirms that nothing is different about the structure. Subnautica 2 will remain a single-player first experience with no subscription, no loot boxes, and no battle pass. Thank fuck. Because if I logged onto Subnautica 2 and I had to somehow get an experience for battle pass, I would actually lose my fucking shit. Yeah, exactly. Maybe like the only explanation for this is there was a very big fight between the CEOs of, or the higher ups of Unknown Worlds and the higher ups of Krafton. It's the only way why this would happen. Wow, bro, it's supposed to be releasing in a few, like, in the next 5 months, this game is supposed to be releasing. And out of fucking nowhere was the leadership changes. What on earth is happening? Anyway, guys, I just wanted to update you. Hopefully this doesn't... I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully this doesn't spiral into Subnautica 2 just getting cancelled or some bullshit like that. And hopefully we do still get it this year. And that it's not a pay-to-win game, or... I say pay-to-win. By that I mean, like, you can pay for... or microtransaction game, put it that way. Or battle pass or any bullshit like that. I know it says it here. This isn't coming from Steve, I don't think. Okay, well, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like and subscribe button. If you dislike it, dislike it. And I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Goodbye.